Hello there, everyone. This is Soul17 here. Let me give you a second right now. This picture, non-paid video. Alright, okay. So here's the thing. Someone asked me for cremation and infamous. Alright, so here's the thing. New What If is gonna come out later today, probably in the afternoon, maybe tonight. I do not know. But here's the thing. I'm gonna make it. Well, technically tonight. I mean, by probably in between 12 and 1, I'm gonna be making the What If new one. I'm not gonna say, but it's kind of like the Fleetway one, but it's with a different hedgehog. You guys can figure that one out. Yes, I'm doing it. It's gonna be totally different. Different time periods in general. But anyways, that's my little ideas. So before I forget anything, I did not own this picture. This is an unpaid video. All right, okay. So last time we left off in this What If Deku had cremation. This may be the last part. May I add? I know, it's so fun, it's so great, but yeah, this may be the last part because I made All For One be his father, so the League of Villains is not happening, and like the kidnapping. So basically, we're going to a couple months into the future, so practically when he has to choose his hero agency to attend for those 3 months or so. So basically, the overhaul arc. Oof, and this is gonna be fun. A new ability I have. Well, a new skill I want him to have. So, basically, I've been wanting to save this up. So, let's continue into this. What if Deku had cremation? Part 9. Sure, what if? I know, but shorter. I mean, it's longer than from the Zukunomu one, which is gonna end pretty soon. Like legit, I just wanted to make a short what if on that one, so that's why I had it because I couldn't really think of any way how to make a Deku Nomu without having like major things happen, you know. But anyways, so where we're starting off is 2 months into, well, actually 3 months, and as I was coming to the class, he's like, all right, children. So, you already know that certain things have happened, and everyone has noticed, basically. So, we're gonna allow you to go to a hero agency early. Normally, that's only for the second and third years, but since there are no second years, you're gonna attend one early. So, choose your agency. It's just like well, the sport. It's just like after the sports exam, you choose it, but you'll be staying with them for a couple of months. So, yeah, choose it. And well, since like for some rare reason, Izuku, you know, is given a actually, Izuku's looking at the paper. Only, already told Bakugo about Night Eye, and Night Eye send an invitation to Bakugo to attend. Strangely enough, and Izuku, Aizawa gives him a letter saying, "Izuku Midoriya, here you go. This is your letter." And he goes like, "Wait, what? To who?" Night Eye's saying he's impressed by you or something. I don't know what's up, kid. So, anyways, as basically he goes to like the former League of Villains, Toga, Davi, Spinner, Twice. Basically, he just tells them, since you guys joined here, no one really knows what you guys can do, but you guys can come with me to my agency where I work at. I already talked to, well, I don't own it, but I work for one. They want to see what you guys can do. And Davi, he was, yeah, I know. Don't freeze something too much to the point that they could kill. I got better on that control. And he goes, good. Shigaraki. Yep, I've been working on my quirks, sir. Don't worry. I can touch something and, well, if I want it to be, disintegrate, you know, well, not disintegrate, decay, then it'll do so. So anything I don't want to decay will not. As he nods, and Toga, as she goes, I know, I'm working on my blood craziness, not to go overboard just because I see it. Plus, basically I have to have blood anyways. So, stealth missions. As I would just does add, that's the only ones we're doing anyways at night. So be prepared. You guys gonna need coffee. And Shiragaki's, perked up and he goes, coffee? And Toga, well, Dabi's like, oh no. In which, as I was like, why is he basically, this is just a joke I'm putting in for Shigaraki. I don't know if this is true or not, but anyways, I'm just saying. And this one, he's a coffee fanatic, so Dabi just says, he's a coffee fanatic, so thanks. As I just says, so am I. Walks away. Dabi's like, oh my god, no, two caffeine lovers. He looks at Izuku and basically basically moves his lips, but no words are coming out or voice. He says like, help me. Izuku nods no. You can see kind of like, Dog, he's like, why? Why are you doing to me? Why are you doing this to me? So it's kind of funny. But anyways, so Shota asks what agency you're going to, because she came up to him. He goes like, not his agency. I'm going to see what he wants. But have fun where you're going, okay? I'll keep in touch. I promise. She does nod, and she says, you better. If you don't, then I'll be very upset. He was like, I will. Love you. She says, love you too. So basically, after that, he goes up to Bakugo. He goes, you got a letter too? He nods. Basically, he goes like, what does he want? Deku just shrugs. He was like, so, you know any history between All Might and him? Yeah, Bakugo nods, and he does say that, to be honest, Nidai doesn't want All Might to be a hero. He should have passed on the quirk to someone else and stopped. And, well, he basically had a suggestion. Someone named Mirio. Basically. I don't know who he is, but actually, I don't know who he is until today. Found out he was part of the big three in school. As then, all of a sudden, right on cue, Mirio, Nejire, and Tamaki come into the room. They do the introductions. Nejire sees Izuku along with Tamaki, and they're like, oh my. And they even see Tabi, and they're like, what the? And he's like, and both of them are saying, what? Take a picture. It lasts longer. As Tabi and Izuku look at each other, puts a thumbs up, and Shigaraki just says, how come? Basically, you two act more brotherly than me and my brother. As basically, yeah, if you guys are wondering, yes, Shigaraki is still Izuku's brother. Stepbrother. And yes, Tenko's or Shigaraki's former family is living on UA with them. So basically, it's like All For One is just he's basically married to Inko, but also helping out Shigaraki's family, and they're happy to not be around their, Well, Tenko's mother's happy not to be around her husband, and the little sister's just shocked by everything. And basically, that Tsuka just says this to him. He was like, what? Basically, I didn't know you were my brother, and two, I beat you in Mario Kart. Yes, I don't own that. Just saying, it's a video game in this world too, so... And sure, I was like, I'll beat you next time! Believe it! And he just says, really? Anime reference? He goes, whatever. As Dabi, Deku, and Shiraki all laugh. Just Nejire, Mirio, and Tamaki don't even know what's going on. Shota's just like, uh, my boyfriend. And I was just like, problem child. Why? Why you have to be? Why are you trying to make comedy? I mean, it's kind of funny, but still, why now? So, what happens is with the big three, basically, since Night Eye was told about Bakugo and how he thinks Izuku may also be somehow have one for all, Mirio wants to test them out. So he suggests to Aizawa, how about we, show them what we can do. And basically, Aizawa just says, "All right, but those basically the former villains out there don't fight." And Mirio understands. He just wants to fight Class 1A, and yeah, he realized they're former, so he's not gonna be a jerk to them. So when they all get out to the same place, Mario's just basically saying, Tamaki, Nedra, how about you guys go first? And they say, that's a good idea. I mean, basically, they get to see his abilities. Whoever's ability, he can see and counter it very easily. Zuko knows this, and he tells Bakugo, just let the other guys handle it, alright? We don't have to fight. As he nods, and then he looks at Shota, she does come over and goes, what did you, he says, don't fight. They're gonna basically have Mirio over there see what we can do. I mean, basically I'm gonna keep my abilities kind of hidden, but I'm gonna have to probably do a little bit more, how can I say this right, extra stuff, if you know what I mean. Basically she nods, so basically he means by using his other classes. But hold on everyone, I gotta go do something. Alright, I'm back. So, basically, Nedre gets taken out along with Tamaki. And Mario is kind of thinking to himself, oh man, the three back there didn't even fight. I guess the one with the. Oh, I guess that Zuka Midoriya kid figured it out. Smart. Maybe that's why Sir wanted this, want him to come over basically. But he does think about. He does have a piece of one for all. Because Night Eye told him. Just saying this one. So yeah, so basically, what happens is Miro taking out everyone else. Bakugo, tries to hit him along with Shota, and well, they get bodied. Well, actually, Bakugo gets knocked out. Shota's about to be hit. Izuku just blitzes right in front of him, and he didn't even see until he catches his fist. He was like, "So, you're about to hit a girl, my girlfriend. Bad move, very bad move for you." As Mirio's hand is facing through, Izuku kind of laughs at this, moves away, and then all of a sudden he was like, "Hey, look at your stomach." As he sees a flame about to hit him, Mirio, basically permeates through it. Well, he goes through the flame. As Nedry is like, he's going to, as Bakugo says, don't ever count the nerd out just yet. And when Mirio basically doesn't notice, Izuku used his speed, basically full power. Basically, even though I did not give him the system, technically this is a level 1, and Izuku's level is pretty high. I just haven't given it any levels, I think, in it, in a while. So, let's just say it's a good thing, but let me just check to make sure if I actually have it. Hold on. Yes, I do. So, since basically, well, since basically I did give him, strength, intel, resistance, dex, speed, agility, vital, I did not, I did not basically count the whole entire training as anything, but Izuku didn't really need to do much. So yeah, but basically, his strength is at. I think I gave him a. Oh, his strength is at 140, 110. I mean, his strength is at 140. His intelligence is at 110. His resistance is at 110. His dex is 65, and his speed is 89. His agility is 62, and his vital is 145. So basically, um, basically, I mean, do I really need to keep going with this? Well, I could say, from that standpoint, I should. But it's like I said, I'm gonna make this the last part because it's not because I'm done with it. You know, I'm like, tired of it. No, no, no. I mean, it's just there's gonna be no more anything after until like I find out more. Like I only know till the overhaul arc after after it's done. So basically, I only know that one other episode and that's it. But this is kind of where I haven't been making it that much, so it's like you should really finish it, and I was gonna stop at the overhaul part anyways. But anyway, going on with it. So basically, because Izuku's level it's very high, along with his speed, he let's just say he basically made it 80. It was 89. I'm just not putting the book. It's like 140 now, and Mirio's speed's like less than his. I mean, so basically, Mirio gets punched in the face and knocked out in one shot. And I know he is strong, and I don't like to do that to Mirio, but in reality, just saying this one, he has a system that increases everything for him. So, yeah. Well, not a system, a quirk that allows him to basically put in stat points into it. So yeah, he's very overpowered. Anyways, everyone is shocked. Bakugo's not. He just chuckles and says, "And that's why the nerd is stronger than me." Which everyone is shocked that Bakugo finally admitted. And Bakugo says, "Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. He is stronger than me. Legit. If he wanted to, he can kill me, and not just because of that quirk of his." And Zuko, just hearing goes like, "Yeah, I know." And then he looks back at, Shota and he asks, "You okay?" She nods, but she does say she could have handled it, and he looks at her and be like, "Really?" She goes, "Okay, fine. Thank you for saving me." He hugs her and says, "No problem." And well, so after that little incident, Mirio wakes up and he does say to Izuku that he's very impressed on how fast he is. Izuku just says, "Yeah, that's what happens when you train like crazy and basically you're you know, you should know, right?" As Muriel does not, it says the son of one for all. I mean, not one for all for one. It was like, "Yep, pretty much." Don't worry, it's not like I have a speed quirk. It's just one quirk with different aspects to it. And let's just say, well, you know, speed I train my body in a lot of. So, yeah. Anyways, we should get our stuff packed, right? Aizawa sensei. And Aizawa nods and says, "Alright, get your stuff packed and go." So everyone goes, get their stuff packed, and go their separate ways. So let's just skip all the way to Sir Night-Eye's agency in his office. So when Night-Eye basically meets Izuku and Bakugo, he is already like, "What? Like, really, All Might, you chose him?" Like, he's looking at Bakugo, and then he looks at Izuku. He's like, please don't tell me you chose him too." You should have chose Mirio. So when he gets up, he shakes both of their hands to activate his quirk. He basically can see his future when you're in the fight. So he basically tells him, just like he says in the anime, but to Bako and to Izuku, but he's not suitable for the quirk. And basically Izuku was like, bro, just no, like, no, not bro, just man, look, I don't have one for all. He does. He was like, huh? Then how did you have multiple things with a power up quirk? I trained like crazy. Basically, I'm just stronger than you. I know Might. I mean, I beat him easily. Which All Might, did tell Night Eye that, and Night Eye couldn't believe it. And so he issues a challenge. And, well, he says to get the exact same chess piece out of his hand. He said, if any one of you could grab it, then I'll approve of you to come to my agency. And then they're like, you send us a letter. And he goes like, so? I just send you a letter to have you guys introduce yourselves to me. I never said I was going to. As Bakugo just says, we've been played. Zuko nods. So what happens is, they play the little thing. And when Night, basically they play this little game. When Night activates his quirk, he just sees himself on the ground, knocked out. And he's like, huh? And then all of a sudden, chains wrap around him, and Bakugo does a freaking, like, 10%, not, any, like, explosion, but basically a 10% full cowling, and basically punches him with at least 2% of strength, which, well, Bakugo's can handle pretty well with, how much power he can have, but anyways. So, he basically just knocked out. They basically having Izuku takes the stamp from Sir Nida's hand, and he was like, "Wow, his vision must have not been able to see us then." Mago just shrugs, be like, "Can't believe he's actually All Might's, you know, former sidekick." And Dega just says, "Yeah, pretty much, kind of a letdown." I thought there was like a lot more to him, but as soon as I wrapped around those fire chains on him, he didn't expect that. So, Ivaku nods. So after 30 minutes, Night Eye wakes up. He goes, huh? What happened? And Izuku just says, we knocked you out. And they hold the chess piece. Night Eye is shocked but impressed, so he signs him up. And then for the next couple of days, it's just patrols. Until until Eri bumps into Izuku. Basically, Bakugo and Mirio are there, and wow, the exact same thing will happen because Izuku knows the marks on her, and I do want to say you're approaching me, like just the deal thing, but nah, I kind of need this to happen. I need Izuku to have his flames ramp up. So, anyways. So basically, the whole time of her leaving, Izuku and Bakugo and Mirio feeling like they shouldn't have done that. Mirio was being the voice of saying, let him, take her and go. And it's like, bro, really? Bakugo's like thinking, dude, she's clearly being abused or something. No. But Mirio then won. She left with, overhaul. And the whole entire thing happened, with the meeting and such, and when the guy, the lockdown, basically guy saying about how the kids effed up or something, I guess, I forget what he said, like, I didn't really care about the guy. All I know is he just basically was, like, saying about how they failed, and they shouldn't have let her go. They should have tried something. Izuku just literally just looks at him, and for some reason, this guy just feels like if he doesn't shut it, in the next few seconds, he won't be alive no more. So he just sits. He just stays quiet. And Izuku looks back at Night Eye and he goes like, "So, from the description we told you, are we going to raid the base?" Night Eye does say yes. And Izuku gets up and he goes like, "Then I'm going there now." But then Night Eye's like, "Wait, what do you mean?" He was like, "I'm not waiting around and let her suffer. If she is, then guess what? That's not how I roll." As basically, he's just walking out. Like, he just is walking out. Baku is just grinning. He's gonna just play the part being like goody goody, like two shoes that they need. He's gonna let Deku be the rebel, basically doing what he wants. So, Izuku gets on his hero costume. Aizawa is basically comes in the room and saying, "Are you an idiot?" And he looks and goes like, "No. I'm the guy who's gonna beat everyone's butt in that facility and save a little girl. Basically, I'm gonna do it alone if I have to." As I was just like, "Midoriya, I know you want to be a hero, but still, this is crazy, even suicidal. What happens if you?" As he looks at Aizawa, basically Zuko just with that stare, basically that's telling him, "I won't die, not at all." So Aizawa just nods and says, "You're stubborn. Fine, go. But you only have about an hour. If you're not back in an hour, I'm coming to get you myself. And I'm bringing a whole bunch of pro heroes. Got it?" Izuku nods, and he just says, "Well, you better be ready for a show." Which he just says, "What do you mean?" I was like, "Because I'm gonna give, well, Yakuza a real good show." So after he gets his hero costume on, he basically leaves. Hold on. Alright. So he already got the location of Overhaul's facility. Because right when he was leaving, well, his father got a call. Well, I mean, not his father. Izuku got a call from his father. And he goes, "Yeah, Dad, what's up?" He goes like, "I found out who sent those guys to get, basically for David's shield." He goes like, "Oh, so the wolf, whatever his name was. Yeah, who sent them? Overhaul." "So you have a location where he is?" And basically, wait, not all for one does say yes, and he says he'll text him it. So when he texts him the location, Suku gets there, and about an hour or two later, he's in front of the base. Yes, it was a drive. He texted us all saying it's gonna take an hour or two. When I get there, I'll tell you when I'm about to raid it. Hazawa goes like, "Fine." So yeah, he does call up Shota, and he goes like, "Hey, Shota, I'm about to do something really stupid, really dangerous. So, in advance, I'm sorry. If I come out bloody and wounded or made up being dead, I'll text you when I'm not, when I'm not dead and I'm alive. So, love you, bye." Because it was on the answer machine, he's like, "I am so gonna die from this. Not by this, by her." Alright, let's do this crap. As Zuku basically just kicks the door open, and like the two Yakuzas are like, "Hey, this is private." As all of a sudden, they just get hit by a flame whip. And he goes like, "Property, I don't care. I'm here to save a little girl." And well, because of Izuku's action, in those 2 hours, they already had enough police, people just to go on raid. So when they get there, they see Izuku just like smack the two guys away, and then all of a sudden the doors are opening up. A whole bunch of villains, Yakuza members are coming out, and Izuku just says, "Ah, this is gonna be so easy. So basically, he takes out the stained sword, and all he does is just slashes to his side. And this is like one of these slashes that would like be like a big freaking like AoE attack if it was in that game. That would take out more enemies than you can imagine. So yeah, so when that happened, like Night Eye's in shock, Bakugo's not. Everyone who was there was just amazed, and he just looks back at them and he just says, I told you I can do this by myself. And he just runs in after, he looks forward. The door does open. So what happens is Izuku's just freaking beating everyone down by himself. Using the ghost ability, his basic thief ability to basically go through some attacks, even walls itself, disappearing, going through stealth. It's just he even finds he even sees through the wall to tell when there's like a secret entrance. And he was able to get through it easily. Even knocked out a couple of the guys around just to stop. Basically, Nada and everyone else are following right behind him. They can't even keep up with him. And well. So, what happens is, Izuku basically catch up to Overhaul. And he goes like, Ahoy, Overhaul, let go of the girl, and I may let you live. Which, Shizaki or Overhaul is like, just another wannabe hero that's gonna die. And, well, little that thing though with the guy that's, forming the earth, Izuku took care of him. So, he basically found out where he was. He basically ripped him out of the wall and smacked his face into the ground. So, yeah, but anyways. Izuku basically just says, oh, what happened to the earth guy? It's like he's not up and, basically working order. As Overhaul's like, what the? As, well, all of a sudden, Izuku disappears from his sight. And there's a blade at his neck, and a fire, 2 fingers of fire near him. He's like, you're gonna leave her alone from now on. And, well, if not, then I'll just have to make you leave her alone. And then she's basically Overhaul's like, that's what you think. As Izuku sees Overhaul's, hand hit the wall as spikes try to come at him, he basically phases right through them and dodges. Him, and well, the fight, well, basically goes like this. Izuku is trying, getting a little bit wobbly. He can tell something's up. He looks up, he sees a guy. He uses the flame chains to bring him down and dodge one of the attacks of this one guy. Basically, that was with him. And, well, the other guy gets basically knocked out because he used the flame chain to pull him over to him. Just so he can kick out. So, the fight with Overhaul, it goes like this. Izuku then, after taking out the one guy, Izuku basically goes over to him top speed, grabs Overhaul, throws him through the wall, basically into the room like in canon. And basically in this timeline, the big giant guy that Overhaul merged with is, well, happens early. So yeah, as soon as he went through there, that happens. Izuku's like, what the? He basically sees her. He grabs her as quickly as possible, jumps to the hole he made in the wall, and Mirio's there. He's like, Mirio, take her, get out of here. Mirio's like, but you. He's like, I can handle this. Got it. And Mirio's like, okay. So he takes Eren and run. Basically, everybody's saying, no, he's gonna die. And he says, no, he's not. Trust me. So basically, overall, Harry, where is she? As soon as Izuku just says, oh, I send her away. And overall has his breakdown, says, how dare you? And he goes like, yeah, yeah, yeah. I just can't wait till I beat you. So then all of a sudden he gets a I'm gonna make a reference to a game, so I do not own that franchise or anything. And well, what he gets is the ability to basically go into a double trigger mode. He's like, what the double trigger? Basically, it's using all his power into one. Basically, the status king of hell kind of makes it happen. And all of a sudden, he's just like, he's thinking, how do I? As then it gives a description of how he activates it. He just focuses all of the power he has within himself and unleashes it in one burst. That's his, double trigger activation. So Izuku does that. He focuses all of the firepower he has within him, basically just to burst. As Overhaul is about to basically launch, says, "I'll kill you and get Eri back. I'll kill you all." He basically does launch the earth spikes, and then when Izuku opens up his eyes, all of a sudden this whole entire wave of fire comes off of him, basically destroying the spikes that are coming at him, getting near Overhaul, even destroying the form of the body that it was in, his creature he was a part of. And what he sees Izuku with basically horns and wings, basically in blue, his fire coming off of him, like legit, and the wings just like go over his body, look like his clothing now. As Overhaul basically is like trying to get the amalgamation body that he made through the villain that fell, basically, to work right. He's like, "What are you?" He just says, "A hero." And so Izuku disappears, and all of a sudden he basically Overhaul just sees his whole entire amalgamation body goes up into the air along with himself, and then he just hears Izuku's voice saying, "Cremation, Overhaul." Basically, it's Izuku launching all his fire up into one point. Basically, Hayden is basically Overhaul. Hence the reason why he basically just made the move around the spot just to mock him. And it's like all the fire just shoots up. Overhaul's getting burned. Izuku jumps up to the air. And just with one, basically, the daggers he basically gets out like have fire attached to them, and it just starts wrecking. He just starts moving all over around that body, just cutting up into pieces. Then when he gets to Overhaul, he just sends a freaking fire kick right into his face, knocking him out. But he also sees the serums, the core canceling bullets, and something else. So basically, he takes it right away, and well, when they land, Overhaul's knocked out. Everyone's shot. Eri saw it. She was shot. She never thought anyone could beat him. And he deactivates his power. And he goes, "Whew, that took a lot out of me. And that was only in about 5 seconds, maybe? 5 minutes? I'm tired out." And he falls asleep. Everyone's shocked by that. And Izuku's holding what seems to be in his hand the quirk canceling bullets and a cure for them. So Zawa takes them for safekeeping, and then they basically have everyone gets arrested. That all happens. Um, hmm. Wait, wasn't there like a provisional license exam? No, that's later, I think. Yeah, that's later. So, anyways, so basically, that. So basically, that happens. Since basically no one got hurt, um, no one's really too bad injured. Everyone's like pretty like shocked by that. Izuku's able to do that. But Izuku's knocked out for the next couple of days. Which when he wakes up, he sees Shota just holding like laying next to him, just holding on to him, and he's like, where am I? And Shota's waking up saying, "You're in the hospital, you idiot." He's like, "Did I wake you up?" She goes, "Mm-hmm." He goes, "Sorry. What time is it?" "I don't know," she says. "You look at it." And he basically sees, like, it's freaking 7? Like, okay, and time, and basically now it's like, it's 11 in the morning there. So it's like, it's 11. I didn't sleep at all last night. Even, well, seriously, we're knocked out for a couple of days. And he's like, "How many?" "5. Anyway, he goes, "How's Ari?" He goes, "Oh, that girl, she's fine. Not sleep. I want my cuddles." It's like, okay. So they, after an hour, Aizawa comes in. He sees the two couples cuddling, and he basically sees Izuku's awake. And well, they explained how what he took was the quirk canceling bullets and that they basically destroyed them. Also, Avery's been wondering how you are. Should I tell her? Mm-hmm. If you want, you can bring her here, or I can come with you. So, that happens. Like, he meets Eri, basically hasn't haven't smiled and such. Everyone's just worried about Zuko. He gets discharged because it was just like, he was okay, but it's like, he was not, just overused his power too much. So, so the whole entire thing happens where he gets back and everyone's worried. Like, whereas everyone's worried, asking questions, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, "Hold up, guys, hold up, just calm down. Alright." So, okay, so, and basically, he goes like, "So tell me, what did I miss?" And they basically tell him about the festivals coming up, and he was like, "Okay." So they come up with the exact same thing like in canon, everything goes the same, and with Gentle Criminal happening, yeah, actually, wait, that wouldn't happen, but the whole entire thing happens for the concert the same way. Inari does smile, which brings happiness to Mirio's face and such. Izuku seeing it, smiling too. And yeah, that's pretty much it. But we're gonna end this off on a good note. So, at the basically end of the concert, you know, Shota's like coming over him and just like saying like, "So where we can go from here?" He's like, "In our relationship?" She goes, "Mm-hmm." He's like, "Well, I don't know what's gonna be coming up, coming up at all, but all I know is we're gonna face it together. And besides, I'm gonna keep on getting stronger for sure. So don't worry, okay?" She nods, and she does say that as long as he's basically, around, she's always gonna be happy, basically. He smiles at that, saying that's good. So, how about we go on a date? Tomorrow. Alright? She does nod and says that sounds like a good idea. And so, they walking off, holding hands, to basically just watch a movie for that night. And, yeah, that's all I can know. I don't really know about where the provisional license exams were, but I only want to go up to this part in the story. So, like I said, this is where I always will stop after the overhaul arc. Basically, it's right where about for Eri, finally smiling. She keep getting her candy apple from Deku. I forgot to mention that he gave her one. So yeah, so he said this is where I'm stopping at with the series. Because I'm gonna probably make a season 2 sometime in the future. Season 2, part 1. I don't know when that'll come out, but I'm just saying, like, I may make it because I need to watch, like, after the overhaul arc where this goes. So yeah. But anyways, if you guys want more of this, you have to wait a while because I will have to watch some stuff, just to make some parts and add in some stuff too. So hopefully you guys understand that. But anyways, this was what if Deku got cremation. I hope you guys enjoy this part. just please understand that this is gonna be, the final part until I watch more, and because of, because I'm gonna just say it would be like a season two. So yeah, so basically, just like this is how this part of the what if ends, and then another season comes out. All right, okay. Hope you guys understand that. I did say this was gonna be a quick one because I was getting tired. And I just was like, okay, I gotta end this somehow on a big note. But anyways, I failed it. I know I did because I'm getting tired. It is like, and I gotta do something in the morning, so I need some sleep. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoy your night, day, wherever you are. Bye, everyone. Please understand what I said earlier. So bye. Have a nice night.